I thought today maybe I would touch base, and there's been a lot going on as far as the collective energies are associated with. Uh, there's a lot of energy being brought in. I mean, we've had some crazy things as far as the aurora borealises coming down, hitting areas of the country that have never been hit by them. Um, and they're all bringing in light codes, and those light codes are they're definitely probably messing with people, which is what I guess they're meant to do in essence, because they're helping us bring up the stuff that needs cleared, needs healed, from this life, past lives, any life, maybe future lives. Um, as souls, um, many of us right now on this planet came in with gifts and abilities. Some are just starting to wake up. Some of us are already fully awake and online. Um, and we're here to help this planet in its ascension. Um, you know, there's many souls out there who are transmuters and way showers and just light workers, you know. And when you're a light worker, you're not always just one energy or the other. Most of the time you have a multiple group of skills that come in. You're kind of like a jack of all trades and a master of none. And mainly that's because in some other life, probably you mastered those skills and now you're using them, all together instead of just one at a time. Um, and you're doing it for the benefit of humanity. So, even though sometimes you look at humanity and you think, why am I doing this? But in the end, it's going to be better. The 5D energies are already here. Everybody has their choice now. They can stick with 3D and they can continue to live there and do whatever they're going to do. And they're going to have a very different reality than the people who choose 5D. For me, I'm choosing 5D. I'm not staying in this 3D crazy world. No. Nope, that's not what I came here for. So, but on the same token, there are souls that are not ready to move on to that evolution of 5D. And that is probably going to be one of the hardest things to see. You're going to see people that, you love, care about, interact with, whatever, work with, and they're not going to go. They're not going to get out of that 3D energy. They're going to stay there and they're probably going to double down. And, that's the hardest thing, is to watch and do nothing about it. You can tell them, you could guide them, but if they're not ready, there's nothing you can do. You just have to acknowledge that that's their path and that's what they want to do in this moment. And again, there is nothing wrong with that. Souls come to this planet for an experience. And if that's the experience they want to choose, so be it. We were all there at one time, and we all decided to stick with the 3D realm too. I don't know why, but, um, but we're getting to the 5D. So I'll take the 5D over the 3D any day. It's going to be a lot better, I think, mentally for most people, physically for most people. Um, and that's the funny thing. I think in realities at this point, you're going to see people living two different realities on the same plane. It's going to be kind of weirdly like mind bending. So, and I think with like the election coming up and different things in this country, I think you're really going to see where people stand as far as that type of choice, whether they're going to stick in the energy of 3D with all their conspiracies, which ironically most have come true at this point. But, this is the point where we as a collective need to get out of the conspiracy theories. It's time to let go, move on. We're all one in essence, and we're all connected. And I know people don't want to hear that, and they don't want to hear that they're connected to, the darkness or the people that they don't think are of the light. But you have to remember, those people are honestly just incarnations of our shadow, and our shadow work. If you're triggered by a certain group or a certain person or a political party or whatever, keep in mind there's something there that needs healed. And as you heal it, you release that energy, you're going to find, guess what? I'm not really triggered by that guy anymore, or that person, or that group. And it's weird because the collective has come a long way, and they have cleared a ton of shit. And the ironic part is, if you look around, the stuff that's really coming up now is like the far end fringe. Like, it's just weirder and weirder energy that's asking to be cleared, because it's the stuff that literally is out the outskirts. It's just that, it was never thought of, and it wasn't, in essence, available to be even cleared, because originally it was so dark and so pushed away that it couldn't be. But because the collective has cleared so much, and there's so much light on the planet, now you can see in the darkest of the dark. So, on essence, I think the collective should be very proud of themselves for doing that. So, and hopefully everybody else, Remember, if you have to, you're feeling overwhelmed, you're feeling whatever's going on in this world, take time for yourself, love yourself, ground, take a saltwater bath, get out in nature, bring plants inside if you don't want to commune with nature outside. Whatever you need to do, but remind yourself that, you're worth it, and you're loved, and you're supported. You've got guides, you've got archangels, ascended masters. I mean, you got galactic, citizens that are helping if you want. Depends on how far you want to go out. Some people are open to that. Some people want to stick with the religious figures and the ascended masters. Hey, whatever floats your boat. Keep in mind, if you heal something in this lifetime, you're going to heal it in all your lifetimes, forward and backward. So, I mean, and when you think about that, that's a wonderful gift. If you can heal it in this lifetime by forgiving it, by releasing it. There's a book out I just read. I'm sure it's an older book, but it was called The Surrender Experiment. I can't remember who the guy is that wrote it, but you can Google it. It talks about just when you run into something in life, literally, you just kind of stop and you take a breath and you release it. And as you release that and you relax your body, you allow that energy to flow through, and it no longer has that hold on you or that ability to come back again, because you're letting it go through, letting it flow through your body. So, and that's probably one of the easiest techniques to do. If you're running into energy that's funky, you can call in Saint Germain and his violet flame. I remember doing that years ago. I did it on Mindvalley. It was like a free little podcast thing that they did. And this lady did it, and I can't remember her name either. But she did it, and I'm not kidding you. I was in tears and shaking, and I had no idea what happened. And of course, that sent me down multiple different roads. They always say when the student's ready, the teacher appears. I felt like right after that, it was just like teacher after teacher after teacher. So just keep that in mind. Be open to the teachers if you want. If you don't want to, that's fine too. You don't have to walk the path if you don't want, but in life, it's going to be a lot easier. I know I ran into a few things recently about like the collective energy, And I tried all my things I've learned to transmute energy. And I couldn't get this energy to leave. And I thought, what is going on? And then what I got was that sometimes an energy just has to be felt. There's no other option for that energy. It needs to be felt and recognized so it can move on. And these energies were really heavy. And then I thought to myself, oh my God, and if this is what the collective is feeling, I'm thinking, no wonder everybody's, losing their minds out there. And then, but then I finally came to that realization that, if I have to feel that, and that helps, and that clears that energy for the collective, I'm willing to do that because I don't want people to have to feel that energy. It's not pretty at all. And you know what? If it helps even one person, it's worth it. So I hope everybody has a wonderful day in a wonderful way.